making today?
We are making fudge.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, my grandma used to make it, and she used to use like the bottle or the jar of that jet puff stuff.
Yep.
You know, like
Yeah.
that
My
marshmallow
language.
puff stuff.
Yeah.
So when I got back into the kitchen, it was kind of a little bit of a challenge, but I'm like, I've got to get that texture down. So we're gonna start with some maple syrup. You want to just dump that right in
why
for
not?
me, since it's closer to you.
This is real maple syrup, too.
Yep,
You can tell
yep.
it's got that consistency.
And then we've got some palm sugar, which is just,
right here?
yeah, it can also be called coconut crystals. You want to dump that in? All right, I'm gonna turn.
Probably should turn it on.
So that's a little bit of coconut oil.
Pop it
So
in,
go ahead
all
and
of it?
dump that in. Yep.
All right.
Yep. And then we'll just crank this up a little bit. So you don't want the sugars to boil because they'll
Yes.
kind of crystallize, and then you're going to get that crunchy texture, which
that's
you don't
weird,
want for
yeah.
fudge. So just enough so the
Crunchy
coconut, yeah,
fudge.
you're exactly right. So just enough so that it kind of gets blended. I'm going to take the whisk and just
Okay.
go in here a little bit.
Are paleo ingredients hard to find?
They are not. So, I mean, these days you can get them anywhere. I do a lot of shopping at Costco, and especially with the big boom of gluten-free ingredients, you can find it. And paleo is just real food ingredients. So there's nothing processed, so you can pretty much find meat and vegetables anywhere.
Yes.
So we've got this already done. This is all melted.
right.
So what we're going to do next is put in some cashew butter.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna throw this in, and then,
That in?
yes, so this kind of just gives it the kind of structure, kind of gives it that nice, like, chewy
And the fact that it's
chewiness.
cashew butter, is that more paleo than other like peanut butters?
Yeah, so peanuts are not allowed. They're actually from the bean family, legumes. So that's
Really?
and I don't tolerate them well, so we don't do peanuts. You could do almond butter if you wanted, but cashew butter is kind of naturally sweet.
So you do tree nuts.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of flavor to cashew butter. This is arrowroot powder, so you can
Okay.
throw that in. So I use it in place of cornstarch.
Okay.
It doesn't cause as much inflammation in the body.
right.
And then if you're using, you know, powdered sugar, that's sugar with cornstarch. So
Okay.
the way that I'm doing that is kind of using a natural unrefined sweetener and then adding a little bit of starch.
Yes.
A little bit of sea salt because
Sea
you've got to
salt.
have some salt with your chocolate.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then some vanilla.
Thank you, Ben.
Terrific.
Okay.
We're mixing
Yep,
these.
and then this is our unsweetened chocolate.
Okay.
Okay, so now we got to get
Love
this
chocolate.
burner
Is this
on
dark
here.
chocolate?
Yeah, this is actually unsweetened, so there's no sweetener in it at all. So we just want to stir that. So chocolate making, I think it intimidates people, but it's really not that hard. If you just keep it over low heat, you're doing perfectly. You're folding. You're
How do I
doing really,
am I
really
doing
great.
this right?
She just learned how to fold.
I know.
I
I
did.
was going to say, I've heard you say that you don't cook much, but you've got a good technique.
She's a great
there.
folder.
You're folding.
Well,
it's good.
I can cook. I just don't.
You just don't,
want
right.
my
That's
husband to
secret.
know, or then he's going to expect me to cook.
Right,
so.
right.
Kelly's won
Yeah.
3
Hopefully
James
he's-
Beard Awards.
Yeah, right.
Not telling anybody.
Just keeping it under wraps. Right. So as soon as that melts, then all you have to do is put it into a parchment-lined, you know, whatever size you have. So that's looking perfect.
All right.
So
Is
let's
this looking
bring
good?
it over here. Yeah.
All
So
right.
when I line this, I always leave some flaps over because when it's solid, all you have to do is just kind of lift this
Lift
out.
it out. Perfect.
It saves some, you know, cleanup. It doesn't get stuck. So if you just want to just
Oh,
pour
that looks
right
like
in there.
joy
Yep,
in a
yep.
pot.
We've got some already made.
Oh my gosh. Besides my child's birth, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, so you just smooth it out on top, and then this just needs to chill for about 6 hours. So you want to do it the night before if you're planning on gifting it to somebody.
yeah.
And chilled, like in the fridge, and you chill
Yeah.
it just in room temperature?
In the fridge,
Okay.
yep. And it'll sit out at room temperature for plenty of time. It's not going to melt on you or
Okay.
anything, but yeah, you just want to get it nice and solid, and we'll just smooth this out here. All right, and then, yeah, so after it was chilled, you would just pop it out, put it on a cutting board, and cut it into those nice squares. You could make some other kind of, you know, grain-free cookies to go with it and make just a really good gift for somebody.
I love it.
Yeah, do you guys want to try?